Awesome crowd. I heard about the cup chair, and that yes, that one hit a little hard and close to home because I'm jealous. You have a girlfriend, so nobody wants to put me in a cup chair. I'm just sitting alone. But I'm not going to spread my DNA anywhere now that that's a Joseph law. I learned that one, so I love it. I'm learning a lot tonight. This is great. I did just get out of a relationship. I know.
Woo!
Yeah. Your family, friends, therapists, priests, young priests, they're all happy. But, it's tough. It's tough getting out of a relationship. I just got out of one, though, with my hair. It was a tough one to let go. It was time. I was holding on as long as I could. I did everything. And I did this thing where that powder, the hair thickening powder, it was phenomenal. I loved the hair thickening powder. It was like you would go from Homer Simpson to Teen Wolf just by shaking it on there. You just clip it on like it's an Olive Garden pepper shaker, and wow, it was a full moon. But the problem is it wasn't as functional as you think. It's great at first, but then once you, go outside in the rain, walk past an industrial fan, or put on a hat and then take it off and you're hat fishing somebody. It's just a mess. There was one time I was lucky enough when I was with a group, one person was sitting in the cuck chair and I was with the lady. But I get up though, and I had, no hair. It's just like, whoa, gone. So found myself walking out like Gumby up against the wall, like I just robbed a bank. Anyways, that's my hair thing. I just recently went to the Indianapolis 500. That's, yes, great American sport. Yes. And so I had to use the restroom. Had to go pee-pee. And I found myself walking in, and for the ladies in here, we have troughs in the men's room, especially at the Indy 500. So you got these troughs in the restroom, and there's ones on the walls, and there's ones in the middle, and I'm just not paying attention. I'm just kind of sitting there, and I'm just letting it loose, thinking about, just daydreaming about the good times, and just, I have this in my peripheral, this guy looks over to me, he goes, "You all right, buddy?" It's just like, I look around, I'm thinking, all right, well, my pee's not blue, so that's good. So, just like, yeah, I'm good. And I just look down, and the trough I'm peeing in is actually the trough that you wash your hands in. It was the worst. I just go, hey, oh, hey, and I just shake twice and then wash my hands because I'm not gross, and then just put the hat down and storm out of there. That was the Indy 500. Gotta tell you, I'm getting ready for my high school reunion, and 25, and that makes me 43. And it's tough. When you're 43, there's expectations a little bit, and it's one of which is kids, right? Okay. Do you have any kids? Remember, I was talking to somebody, and they're like, "Do you have any kids?" And when I said no, there was a relief went over their face. Thank goodness this person's not raising kids. But I'm a fun uncle. And funkle. And but the thing is it's not my fault that I don't have kids. I was raised in a generation where having kids is the most terrifying thing on the planet. If you think about it, anytime they wanted to write off a character on the Facts of Life, they were pregnant. There was a very special seventh heaven. You know, it was like pregnancy. And it was like terrifying. And then, you know, you got teen mom. I mean, who wants to have kids after that? Like, it was horrifying. And, you know, I had what, you know, they call a pregnancy scare. And that's the other thing, it's the term, pregnancy scare. I had one, so I'd say a close call. You know, my swimmers, yeah, either way, it was, who knows what the science behind it was. Let's just say, you know, it was a tumultuous time in my life, you know, and the way it kind of panned out, it was like, I'm sitting there and she says, you know, she's late, right? And I'm like, oh my God. And I just was thinking about it and thinking about it. And I'm like, this is my worst case scenario. This is what I raised. I'm gonna be a teen dad, you know, this is it. And, you know, and what was horrible about it is like the music at the time. There was this band, Third Eye Blind. They had this album, it was the second album, and they had these songs, and it was super popular. I was a big Third Eye Blind fan at the time. And they had these songs. The one song was like, there's something deep inside of you. And I'm like, oh God. And then there's another song that's like, she's 10 days late. She's 10 days late. I'm like, ah, yeah, not you too, Third Eye Blind. And then, of course, the coup de grace, there's Creed. It's like, well, I just heard the news today. Seems my life is gonna change. And I'm just like, this is brutal. Well, so, you know, and that's what my dad told me. That's how I was born. That's so thank you. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for telling me my nativity scene story. So, all right, guys, that's my time. Ray Campbell, hope you all have a great night tonight.